Tonight, the first of two with the Cleveland Indians. An important 24 hours for the Minnesota Twins as they get their first look and first shot at the first place team in the American League Central. Now, as badly as the Twins have played so far this year, a couple of wins here in the next 24 hours, and the Twins might find themselves just 6 games out in their division. Beautiful night for baseball here at Target Field. Dick and Bert with you for the opening game of a 2-gamer with the Cleveland Indians. Over the last year or so, Twins have had kind of a revolving door around the middle infield, but over the last week or so, they've seen some very good play from Brian Dozier at short and Jamie Carroll at second.
You know what, Dick? I think we can go back to last year when that up the middle was so important for the Minnesota Twins, the faltering of those guys up the middle. Well, not so far this year. Over the last week since Brian Dozier has come up, he's hit the ball, he's made every play, and that kind of opened the door for Jamie Carroll, a great utility man, now to spend some time at second base, and he's done well, hitting .300 since he's become a second baseman. For Brian Dozier, great double play right here, great leap, and then letting that ball go. On the offensive side, his first major league home run coming in yesterday's ball game. By the way, that got me 4 points for Pick the Stick. And Jamie Carroll, you know, second base, he can really play anywhere on the infield, but he's made some outstanding plays at second base.
The odd man out, of course, is Alexi Casilla. We may see him at third base tomorrow. Carl Pavano takes the ball for the Twins here tonight as the Twins hope to make it back-to-back wins in their home ballpark.
Every night and every day and about everything. But when you ask him how he feels, he'll never tell you. So basically, he'll be showing us on the mound if by body language and how he is, but we'll just keep an eye on him because he won't be the one to come to us and say he's in any kind of pain.
Baseball on Fox Sports North is brought to you by your local Northland Ford dealers. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. And by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards.
It is a beautiful night for baseball, and the fans are coming out to Target Field tonight, checking out the Twins in a short two-game series against the Indians. Hi again, everyone. I'm Marnie Gellner. Tonight it'll be Carl Pavano getting the start for Minnesota, and he's been fighting through some discomfort in his shoulder. His velocity has been down a little bit, so as a result of that, the Twins, just for precautionary reasons, had an MRI done on that right shoulder, which showed no major damage, just some inflammation and some tenderness that Pavano has to deal with. He's made 7 starts so far this season, but Pavano said he's been trying to stretch out the shoulder, get some strength up in it, and pitching coach Rick Anderson told me today he will be watching Pavano very closely tonight.
Carl, in between innings, talks to you every night and every day and about everything. But when you ask him how he feels, he'll never tell you. So basically, he'll be showing us on the mound if by body language and how he is, but we'll just keep an eye on him because he won't be the one to come to us and say he's in any kind of pain.
Hopefully that shoulder will not be much of an issue tonight as Pavano and the Twins take on the Cleveland Indians. First pitch is next on Fox Sports North.
For the Twins. After a tough West Coast road trip, the organization made some major moves and reshuffled the lineup. So far, the results have been positive. The addition of young talent has re-energized the Twins. Tonight, they face the surprise of the American League Central, the division-leading Cleveland Indians. Twins baseball starts now. And it starts under partly cloudy skies, absolutely gorgeous weather. This is, I guess, still mid-May, but it feels like July out. It's just been a gorgeous day here in the Twin Cities.
Are those serious clouds?
Those are cumulus, actually. Those are cumulus clouds.
Okay.
Indians in town, and they are the only team in the American League Central with a winning record. Here's Manny Acas-Menard's batting order. Shin-Soo Choo, followed by Jason Kipnis, Asdrubal Cabrera, Travis Hafner, Carlos Santana, Michael Brantley, newly called up Jose Lopez, Casey Kochman, and Shelley Duncan.
Well, a lot of the pregame and the game will be surrounded around this guy right here, Carl Pavano. Carl, you know, he came off that short start in his last start. He complained that, you know, there's a little bit of irritation in that shoulder. They had the MRI. Everything is okay. His velocity was down a little bit, which concerned Carl. But now knowing that there's not a tear, there's nothing wrong with that shoulder other than inflammation, Hopefully we'll see that fastball, which is normally between 88 and 91, and his control will come back.
Northland Ford defense for the Minnesota Twins. Josh Willingham in left and Art Spann in center. Darren Mastroianni in right. Trevor Plouffe, Brian Dozier left side of the infield. Jamie Carroll, Joe Mauer on the right side. Drew Butera behind the plate. And as we said, an important 24 hours for the Twins. We've got great weather here at Target Field. Some signs of improvement on the field. Late, at least, in the Toronto series, and we'll hope the Twins can pick up a couple of wins.
Yeah, Twins are starting to play very good baseball. Now it's just a short period of time, and that's what they needed. They needed a quality start. Twins have 10 quality starts in 34 ball games. Carl Pavano has 3 of those 10, and he'd like to keep this little roll going. P.J. Walters pitched outstanding. Of course, Scott Diamond, 7 shutout innings yesterday, and now it's follow the leader if you're a starting pitcher.
Pavano's taking on a Cleveland team that scored just 2 runs in its last 2 ball games, both losses to the Red Sox. Shin-Soo Choo takes strike 1. And so, yeah, more than we would normally, we'll look up in the upper left-hand corner to see Pavano's velocity. That fastball at 86. 87. 2 strikes to Choo.
Well, just that little relief of in your mind that you're okay. Now you can extend and get that ball in and out of the corners of the plate.
Fly to the left field corner, and Willingham back on the track makes the catch 1 away. So Choo is gone, and that'll bring up Jason Kipnis. And we've talked about this before. There's a difference, a pitcher or any player playing with an injury or playing hurt. You're always going to play hurt after the first week of the season. Something not going to feel right.
Right.
But if you're injured, it's a different matter.
Yeah, and you know, knowing, and there's Rick Anderson right there, he'll keep an eye on Carl Pavano, but Pavano relies on 2 things. Most importantly, control of all his pitches and changing speeds.
And on a changeup, he gets a roller to short. Carroll over to Mauer. 5 pitches, 2 outs.
And you know, 5 for 5 as far as throwing strikes. And I think he has hit every spot that Drew Butera has asked him to hit. Even the ball that Choo hit, even though he hit it good, was down and away on the black.
Well, here's Asdrubal Cabrera, who would be the least likely guy in the Cleveland lineup to get a hit against Carl Pavano. Cabrera is 1 for 26 against him. That's not very good.
Yeah, with the 6 strikeouts.
Just off the inside corner.
Cabrera, a very good player. He's made himself a very good player for the Cleveland Indians. Earlier this year, signed a 2-year extension.
Another changeup. Mauer will take it. 7 pitches and a very quick 1-2-3 hurt for Carl Pavano. Dave Prumer over to Carl Pavano saying, how'd those 7 pitches feel?
Hey, I got 3 outs just like that. I feel fine, thank you.
And Gardenhire's got a winning mark against the Indians. Twins hope that as they now finally get into their own division, they'll play playing better baseball and can become a factor in the division. The Nards batting order for the Twins. The Nards fan: Brian Dozier, Joe Mauer, Josh Willingham, Ryan Doumit, Trevor Plouffe, Darren Mastroianni, Drew Butera, and Jamie Carroll.
And it's Jenmar Gomez on the mound, making this 24-year-old making his 6th start of the year. And his 4th career start against the Twins, 1-1 with a 5.60 ERA in 3 previous starts against the Twins. He's coming off a very poor outing in his last start, that coming against the Chicago White Sox in Cleveland.
Gomez was in a battle for the number 5 spot through spring training for the Cleveland Indians with, among others, Kevin Slowey. And then Gomez won the job, and right out of the chute was maybe Cleveland's best starting pitcher for the first few turns through the rotation.
Yeah, he got rained out in one of his starts, so he pitched a couple innings in the bullpen. But other than that, he's really showing he's hitting his spots. They said he tightened up his slider a little bit and really improved on already a good changeup. Just 24 years old, from Venezuela.
1-2 to Span. Chipped into center field. Cabrera makes the catch, 1 away. Northland Ford defense for the Indians. Shelley Duncan in left, Michael Brantley in center, Shin-Soo Choo in right. Jose Lopez just brought up, he's at third base. Cabrera, Kipnis up the middle, Casey Kochman at first, and Carlos Santana behind the plate. 1 down, that brings up Brian Dozier. Up and away, ball 1. Dozier, a big thrill yesterday afternoon, his first major league home run. Twins needed all the runs they got to win a 1-run ball game. Off the boot, the spike of Gomez, and over to Kipnis, to Kochman, 1 away, and Gomez takes a shot at the ankle.
Well, he says he's okay. We'll take a look at it. But Dozier going right back up the middle. Yeah, I got the shin area. And then deflected right to the second baseman, Kipnis.
Dozier hits a rocket up the middle, but it's deflected for an out. We saw enough of that in the Toronto series. Deflections in the infield, outfield. 2 gone. Here's Mauer. And a strike on the outside corner. Still seeing more and more time at first base. Chris Parmelee's been struggling up the line, and an easy play. Well, it wasn't as easy as I thought. Kochman bobbled it. An 8-pitch 1-2-3 first inning for Jenmar Gomez.
Gelner back at Target Field, 0-0 as we start the top of the second inning for the Twins and the Indians. Minnesota shortstop Brian Dozier has 7 games now under his belt in the major leagues, and I asked him how his first week in the big leagues went, and he told me it was great and that he already feels a lot more comfortable with his surroundings and getting used to this ballpark and the bigger crowds, and especially, he said, adjusting to the way the ball bounces and comes off the bat here at Target Field. And I did ask Dozier about the support he's getting from his friends and family. And Dick and Bertie told me, when I was in the minor leagues, I talked to my buddies maybe once a week. Now they're calling every day. Said they're watching every game, but you know what? It's all good. He said he's getting a lot of support from friends and family. Wouldn't want it any other way.
Hafner on the first pitch, lifts it high and deep to center. Span back to the wall. Bounces off the wall. Hafner has a double, and he'll hold up there. Denard went back to the wall, then went laterally across the wall and might have been able to make the catch, but the ball hit the wall to the side of his glove.
You know, it's a little warmer here at Target Field, and even in batting practice, you saw the balls, I did, jump off some of the hitters' bats, and Span got turned around right there. By the time he could react, you could see him spin, maybe doesn't quite pick up the ball until right at the last second, and then just out of his reach as it hits the padding and deflected back toward the infield. Hafner with his 5th double. It's a leadoff double.
Carlos Santana takes a strike. Well, we saw that in the opening. The ball put in play. Shin-Soo Choo hit what looked like a lazy fly ball to left, and Willingham had to go to the warning track to haul it in.
Yeah, the Twins pitchers were out here taking batting practice early, and a lot of them hit balls out of the ballpark, even though they are the best athlete in the world. But my goodness, Jason Marquis was hitting them out. Scott Diamond was hitting them out.
1-1 to Santana. Changeup on the outside corner, 1-2. Santana signing a long-term deal with the Indians before the season started. He is the guy, and Asdrubal Cabrera, that they will build their lineup around.
Yeah, he signed a 5-year contract through 2016 with a club option for the 2017. Santana, just 26 years old, originally signed by the Dodgers. Came up with the Indians 3 years ago in 2010. Came over in a Casey Blake trade.
Casey Blake just announcing his retirement over the weekend. Probably might be back in Indianola, Iowa already. 3-2 to Santana. The Indians trying to take advantage of Hafner's leadoff double. Brantley on deck. And changeup strikes out Santana.
Great changeup right there. One thing Pavano did not have in his last start, 4+ innings against the Angels, no strikeouts. Great pitch right there. Excuse me, he had one. He had Trout to lead off the ball game. And that changeup, look what it did to Santana. Very good hitter, way out front.
So one gone, and Hafner still at second. Here's Michael Brantley. Brantley is about all the Indians had offensively in the Boston series. Had a good series, and he takes it up high, ball 1.
Yeah, Brantley only 25 years old, already in his 4th season with the Indians.
Getting a chance to play in center field with Grady Sizemore out with another serious injury first half of the year.
Back surgery for Grady Sizemore. There's Manny Acta.
Indians got off to a good start last year, and then things and teams caught up with them over the course of the summer. Hafner thought about it, and it finally did take off for third base. And Carroll thought about throwing across to maybe make a play on his former teammate, but he got the sure out at first. Weekdays on Fox Sports North, it's the Dan Patrick Show. Don't miss exclusive guests, including high-profile athletes and celebrities, breaking sports news, and unparalleled insider access and pop culture commentary. The Dan Patrick Show, weekdays at 8 on Fox Sports North. So 2 gone, and here's Jose Lopez. Saw Lopez a lot when he was with the Mariners. Now he's resurfaced with the Cleveland Indians.
Yeah, Lopez signing a minor league contract, made the club out of spring training, then optioned down to AAA or designated for assignment. He went down to AAA and just recalled.
Popped up. Straight up. And Plouffe makes the catch. And Pavano does a great job pitching around Hafner's leadoff double.
Got a 0-0 score. In the GMC keys to the game today, guys, the Minnesota Twins hitters, you know, they've swung the bat very well here at home as of late in staying above the baseball. That's very important, driving the ball down. The other big key to the game is when you hit the ball the other way in this big ballpark, you got to stay on top of the ball and hit the ball down. You know, it's been interesting the way the guys have swung the bats here at home as opposed to on the road. And to me, your approach is very important in the batter's box here at Target Field.
All right, thank you very much, Coom. Josh Willingham leading off the second for the Twins, taking ball one, ball two.
Well, that's one thing you always want to do, and that's win at home. And as of so far this year, the Twins have hit very well here. They have struggled on the road offensively.
You remember how well the Twins hit the ball at Yankee Stadium. That's the one series where they've done pretty well on the road. But obviously not a good West Coast road trip at all. 2-1 to Willingham. 2-2.
Boy, Gomez hit the last two pitches. Pitcher's pitch down and away on the black. And somebody that has enjoyed hitting here at Target Field so far. Hitting over 400. 5 of his 7 home runs. And Gomez has been very stingy as far as giving up home runs. Only 2 on the year.
Full count. Doman on deck. Off the knuckles and a little pop up behind first. Kochman back, makes the catch. Going down. Where the Twins have struggled offensively on the road, at least up until the series at Fenway Park, the Indians have excelled. They won their first 4 road series. Now, that's pretty impressive. First time that the Indians have done that since 1961.
Yeah, the Indians are 10-6 on the road, 8-11 at Progressive Field in Cleveland.
One gone. Here's Ryan Doman. And there's ball one. Left-handers hitting just under 300 against Gomez. This one to center. And retreating as Brantley makes the catch out number 2. Now they came out of the chute and they won their first 4 road series and then ran into some trouble at Fenway Park.
Well, you can see the biggest thing right in the middle there, runs per game. They have scored more runs on the road than they have at Progressive Field.
But, you know, let's make the point that those road series wins for the Indians were done in Kansas City, in Seattle, in Oakland, and in Chicago, while the Twins were playing on the road, the Orioles, the Yankees, and the Rays. 1 strike to Plouffe. 2 strikes. Trevor got his head all but shaved the other day after the ball game yesterday. Locks of love now proud owner of Trevor's long hair. Plouffe strikes out, a pair of 1, 2, 3 innings for Genmar Gomez. Involved in our broadcast, let us know who you think will be the Arby's value player of the game. Text the word value followed by a space in the player's name to short code 234-234. Carl Pavano with a couple of effective innings is leading the balloting so far. Casey Kochman, Shelley Duncan, and Shin-Soo Choo will face Pavano here in the Cleveland 3rd inning.
Yeah, both starters not needing a lot of pitches to get the first 6 outs. Pavano and Gomez needed 18 each.
And there's strike 1. We're happy to have John Edmond, the director of Explore Minnesota Tourism, and Terry Matson, the president and CEO of Visit Duluth, to talk a little bit about the summer traveling vacation time, a very busy time. I guess it really starts with the fishing opener this past weekend, right?
Yeah, we just had the Governor's Fishing Opener this last weekend in Waconia, and I brought both of you a official Minnesota Governor's Fishing Opener cap.
Oh, thank you.
Very nice.
Just
thank
in
you.
Lake Waconia.
Well, we were working. We had some baseball to do. Bert had his charity walk on Saturday morning. But how did the Governor's Opener go?
Oh, it was fantastic. Yeah. We had an event on Thursday. We had about 5,000 people there. It's the start of the summer tourism season. Governor had a great time. The weather was good.
Oh, I'm going to say, you couldn't have asked for better weather.
No, it was ideal. It made everything shine. Now, if the Governor had caught more fish, that might have sort of enhanced it, but that's sort of secondary.
2-2. Well, gentlemen, Terry, let me ask you, this is a busy time of the year for Minnesotans who love to get up north, in your case, Duluth, and it's a very busy time. Everybody preaches safety and all that, but we want to encourage people to get out and enjoy this wonderful weather we've been having.
Oh, it's
ground ball to Dozier, 1 away.
Didn't want to steal a
no, that's all right.
No, you can do the play-by-play if you want. Go ahead.
I'd love to do that. Will you circle me, Bert?
Sure, you are here by circle.
It's such a fun industry and so exciting and also important to Minnesota's economy. $11 billion a year industry, about 238,000 jobs for Minnesotans.
That's what I like right there. That creates how many jobs? That's unbelievable. That's great.
10% of all private sector jobs in Minnesota in leisure and hospitality.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
10%.
That doesn't even include shopping. 17% of all state sales tax from leisure and hospitality. Yeah, it's huge.
We have a pretty broad reach here on our telecast. People literally from all over the world can watch Twins baseball on the internet and whatever. And what are the selling points that you guys have for people who want a vacation possibly in the state of Minnesota?
Well, I mean, you got to start with the Twins and all the great sports that we have in this state. And then with Terry here, the North Shore, the Duluth area is a great destination for people from Minnesota and all throughout the state.
Tremendous amount of diversity. It's cliche to say there's something for everyone, but Minnesota is just such a great environment. We love sharing everything it is we love about this place.
Now, bass season starts May 26th. Muskie the first week in June.
That's right. Yeah, there's a lot of great fishing opportunities. Bass, walleye, which we just celebrated. Muskie. Actually, Lake Waconia is a great muskie lake. We saw several muskies floating by our boat. First, I saw a muskie there, and I thought it was a submarine, but it was just a really big fish.
And Dick, so you have your night crawlers ready?
Well, we need some rainy nights. That's when they come up on my driveway, and I'll sneak you a couple. But
Okay.
I've got my bait box going here.
Very good.
Lots of different opportunities there. The streams and rivers, about 500,000 people took to the water on the
500,000
opener.
last weekend.
My goodness. 2-2 to Shelley Duncan. One gone here in the third inning. We're talking with John Edmond, the director of Explore Minnesota, and Terry Mattson, the president and CEO of Visit Duluth. A member of Explore Minnesota Tourism Council representing Northeast Minnesota. Terry, one of the things I enjoy, even though we're going into the summer months, I love stepping up into your part of the world in the fall for the fall colors.
Oh, absolutely spectacular along the North Shore and Duluth. And that season extends for so long because of the effects of Lake Superior, which we all know she's in charge.
Foul tip down, a changeup, still 2-2.
Well, we have some talking points right here. Continuing with Explore Minnesota ad campaign.
Oh, sure. I knew you'd bring that up.
Well, last year when I was here, we had the opportunity to talk about Joe Mauer featured in our spots, and we're continuing to run that again this year, and we're going out to farther markets because he's one of us. He's a great guy, and he volunteered to do this spot for us.
Pavano buzzes the inside corner with a fastball, 2 down.
Pavano picking up his second strikeout. Shelley Duncan likes that ball away. Great pitch. Inner half of the plate.
2 down, and Shin-Soo Choo will hit. Choo sent Willingham to the left field corner to catch his fly ball to start the ball game. What advice would you give people who, let's say they're from northern Iowa and they are thinking of coming across the border to spend a weekend or maybe a week of vacation in Minnesota? Where do they go, on the website? Or
Well, yeah, they can certainly go to exploreminnesota.com, or we still have travel counselors, people that answer the phone, 888-TOURISM. They can call and find out information about where to go.
And get your Twins pocket schedule out too, and center your trip to the Twin Cities around the home schedule.
Well, one of the things that's so great about the Twins is that there are so many games. It's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity for people to come in and experience the Twin Cities, experience the sports, the restaurants, the hotels, the arts, you name it. But it's really it's a key part of Minnesota travel, and that's why we were so appreciative of having this relationship with the Twins.
2-1 to Shin-Soo Choo. Foul back, 2-2.
Tell us a little bit about Spin to Win.
Well, that's the contest we have right now that people can win lots of different vacation plans and ideas throughout Minnesota, whether it's up on the North Shore, the Twin Cities, southern Minnesota. They can even win a free iPod. They just go to exploreminnesota.com and they click on Spin to Win to enter.
Well, John, Terry, thank you very much. You picked a good night to watch a Twins ball game. Beautiful weather. Pavano had a 1-2-3 inning while you were here.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Bert.
Minnesota Twins baseball on Fox Sports North is brought to you by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us. By CenturyLink, a different kind of communications company. CenturyLink, your link to what's next. And by Grand Casino, the best stories start here. Genmar Gomez delivers a first pitch fastball and strike one to Darren Mastroianni. Twins looking for their first base runner. And that'll do it. A solid stroke to center by Mastroianni. Dozier hit a smash up the middle, but it hit Gomez and was deflected for an out. That one, a solid stroke for a leadoff single.
Hey, Ron Coomer, I'm going to get you right there. Nice compact swing right there by Mastroianni. You know, a lot of times guys maybe get a little bit too long, but boy, look at that swing right there. Very nice.
Yeah, it's a good short swing. And also, Bert, I think the one big thing is he's been here now for a little bit to see how the ball carries or lack of. You got to keep your hands above the baseball and drive the ball down like he did right there.
Boy, that was a nice short compact swing.
Strike one to Drew Butera. Butera, then Carroll. Twins trying to put together a threat here with the bottom third of their lineup. Kochman, and safe at second. Mastroianni went in head first and was able to beat the throw and or the tag put on by Cabrera.
Well, Kochman did the right thing. He stepped on the bag, but you know, Mastroianni, he's got outstanding speed. As you can see, Kochman stepping on the bag and then the quick throw. But Mastroianni able to get that left hand on the bag before Cabrera can apply the tag. Good hustle.
It's actually a good play by Kochman too. He, you know, I've got the perfect view. He actually made the right throw to the shortstop on the inside. Both guys did the right thing. It's just the throw was beaten. Just speed. Speed kills, Bert.
And now that speed's at second base for Jamie Carroll.
Hey, Ron, when you're saying stay on top of the ball, you're saying more line drives, don't get it airborne, because it is a tough ballpark unless you can hit it, you know, down the corners, correct?
That is correct. And what we're talking about is when your hands are getting close to contact and the hands are coming down and the barrel's dragging behind, you want your hands to be above the baseball. If your top hand starts sinking and the barrel stops dropping behind you, you're going to lift the baseball. And in this ballpark, it's no good. Watch his hands stay above the ball here. The barrel stays solid and through the ball, and you get a finish about shoulder high. That keeps you in that hitting zone for a long period of time with the barrel. That's an outstanding, good compact swing just down on top of the baseball.
Yeah, great job by the camera guys getting that, explaining what that means. Jamie Carroll, a former Indian from 2008 and 2009.
Then he went to the Dodgers for a couple years. And now he's with the Twins. Carroll trying to get the first run of the game in here. Runner at second and one away. Up and away, 2-0.
Well, we showed you the numbers at the Open about Jamie Carroll, you know, hitting 300 over the last week. Now that he's playing second base, but Carroll has always been a pretty good hitter. He's not going to drive in a lot of runs via the extra base hits, but he's going to pick up base hits here and there. Last year, again, hit 290 for the Dodgers in 146 ball games, but he drove in only 17 runs.
3-0 with Span on deck.
There's what we were showing you earlier in our telecast, that Dozier has taken off and done very well at short, not only defensively but offensively. And Jamie Carroll was hitting 208 before Dozier took over at short. Now he's hitting 300.
And a 4-pitch walk. Carroll fills first base. First and second with one away. It's time to hang with the majors again at Toby Keith's Bar and Grill in St. Louis Park and raise important money for the Minnesota Military Family Foundation. To attend, you must reserve a spot at this private function You can choose a table or individual bar stool and enjoy an exclusive dinner with many of the Twins players. The date is June 11th, so make your plans tonight to hang with the majors at this important event. Visit twinsbaseball.com and click on the community tab to get more info. Span, a little chip shot into center field, hauled in by Asdrubal Cabrera in his first at bat. And he spins one over the Cleveland dugout.
Yeah, a rare walk of Carroll by Gomez. That's only his 9th walk in 32 innings pitched. So he's shown pretty good control.
Well, now Carroll's walked 16 times. And even though his average at 223 coming into the game, an on-base percentage of 314, and the hitting will get better, one would hope, as the season wears along. One strike to Span. And now 2 strikes. Trying to score first. A chance to get some damage done here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. One and 2, and now alertly going to third is Mastroianni. A throw into left field, and the Twins will score first.
Oh, there's that speed that Ron Coomer was talking about. Santana kind of backhanded that, and Mastroianni saw that, he wasn't really paying a lot of attention to him. So when Santana, take a look at the pitch right here. It's down and in, and the ball got away. Mastroianni alertly took off for third base, and then Santana's throw high to Lopez in the left field, and Mastroianni scores the first run.
Look at Mastroianni and what we've seen from Komatsu too. They would have fit in pretty well with the Piranha bunch about 5 years ago.
Absolutely.
Not a whole lot of power, but get on base and try to create some havoc.
That'll be charged a pass ball to Santana, and then a throwing error by him.
Backhanded by Lopez, and Span makes a bid for a hit. He's denied, 2 down. Brian Dozier will hit next, and he talked about his first week in the big leagues.
After my first, 1 or 2 games, and you have the butterflies and you have all the, all the emotions and everything, but all that stuff now is kind of gone. You kind of realize it's the same game, and I've been playing it, for the past week now up here, and everything's kind of just, kind of settled in and everything, just like it, always has been.
And he'll come up here with Carroll at second and 2 down. Missing ball 1 in his first at bat. He had a rocket up the middle. It hit Gomez in the right shin and deflected to Kipnis. Two and 0.
Yeah, don't look for Dozier to do what he did yesterday. Hit a lot of home runs. I mentioned it yesterday. 3+ minor league seasons for the Twins. Signed by the Twins in 2009. Almost 1,400 ABs. He hit only 15 home runs. So more of a line drive, hopefully an RBI hitter in this situation.
I asked him today about the home run. I said, wow, you just bypassed the lower deck, hit it into the second deck. He said, I know, I didn't know until I got in the dugout. Jamie Carroll said it went into the second deck. He was, this is a good thing, head down running to first. He didn't see where the ball landed.
And he got that ball back too as a souvenir, which is very nice.
3 and 1.
I asked him, I said, what'd you have to give up for that? And he said, a couple autographed baseballs and a couple batting gloves. That was it.
That's not bad.
Not at all.
Three and 1 to the Twins shortstop. And now Dozier draws a walk, and Maurer comes up with 2 men aboard. 2 walks in the 3rd inning. In Gomez's last start against the White Sox, 4 walks in 6 2/3 innings. ensuing loss, 8-1.
Yeah, season high 4 walks. So struggling with his control in that last outing against Chicago. He lost 8-1. He gave up 8 earned runs in 6 2/3 innings. I gave up a lot of them early, but then he was able to settle down and went deep into the ballgame. Took the game into the 7th inning.
Change up low, ball 1. Mauer with a 2-hopper to Kochman to wrap up the first inning. One and one. Twins got a leadoff single from Mastroianni. He's already scored. A couple of guys who've walked are on the bases with 2 out. Hit to Cabrera. And that ends the inning. The Twins will get an unearned run in the 3rd inning, but they'll take it. Take a 1-0 lead. View of Target Field from our Go Pro shot with the Twins in front 1-0. Twins hoping to win tonight and tomorrow and rather quickly improve their chances of being a factor in the division. It's remarkable that this Twins team has played very poorly for the first roughly month and a half, but because the Tigers, or for that matter the Indians, haven't run away with anything, you play a good week of baseball when you're playing against teams who are ahead of you in the division, and everybody's ahead of the Twins right now. Things can change rather quickly.
And again, Dick, you know, the Twins have only played the Royals, and they got rained out of one of those, so they played 2 games. They have 70 games left in the division, so you don't know what might happen.
Now a leadoff single up the middle off the bat of Jason Kipnis to start the 4th inning.
Yeah, we're going to come up to the booth here. We have Tuffy Zimmerman, that is 95 years young today. So happy 95th birthday. You have all your children behind you. You have grandchildren. You have great-grandchildren. And we had met before. And I want to wish you a happy birthday. He said thank you very much.
As Drupal Cabrera, the batter.
Tuffy's from the Plymouth area.
Bono keeping an eye on Kipnis. Mentioned the Indians have been struggling. At least they were in Boston, scoring runs. Just a couple of runs over their last 2 games. Kipnis with a 10 road game hitting streak. Hooked down the line, but foul. One of the runs that the Indians scored against the Red Sox was on a bases loaded walk, so they're not knocking the cover off the ball. At least they haven't the last couple of games. Cabrera last year might have been the best shortstop in the American League in the first half. Tailed off considerably in the second half.
That made the All-Star team last year for the first time. A switch hitting shortstop, hitting over 300 from both sides of the plate. 2 of his 3 home runs coming from the left side. Cabrera in his 6th season with the Indians from Venezuela.
Deep to the left field corner, chased by Willingham. This is trouble. A fair ball and a ground rule double. So Cabrera hit the ball about where Shin-Soo Choo did, but Willingham was playing Cabrera over in the gap a little bit, and he came up a couple steps short.
Yeah, just dropping the barrel of the bat and hitting it the other way, and the ball just kept slicing away from Willingham. So it's a ground rule double for Cabrera, his 12th double of the year.
Seems like the ball's carrying a little bit more than normal here tonight.
Not a bad pitch down, but Cabrera got underneath it. Right in the corner and then up into the crowd.
Landed about a foot fair, it looked like. Here's Travis Hafner, who hit a drive to center field off the wall. And that ball might have fooled Denard Span a little bit, leading off the second inning. The Indians never did get Hafner home.
Hafner jumped on the first pitch from Pavano.
This will tie the game. Hafner's ground ball. Scoring Kipnis, and it's 1 apiece.
Yeah, Hafner picking up his 16th RBI, and it's a good at bat right there. Pick up the RBI, but also advance Cabrera from second to third.
As Pavano tried to pitch his way out of that second inning situation after the leadoff double, maybe the biggest out was his strikeout of Santana, the next batter. Threw a couple of nasty changeups to him. The Twins will bring the infield in here with 1 out. Ball 1. That's hit well to left field. Willingham going back. He'll make the catch on the track, and tagging from third and scoring is Cabrera, and the Indians have a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, sacrifice fly for Santana. He picks up his 19th RBI of the year. And, you know, the at bat by Hafner when he rolled it over to second base got Cabrera from second to third, and got Santana an RBI.
Brantley, the batter, with 2 gone, and the base is empty. Flared. Dozier back. Makes a nice tumbling catch. So Brantley gone on 1 pitch. Pavano giving up a couple of runs in the 4th. The Indians take a 2-1 lead. Us a question online at carsoup.com/baseball. Dan Johnson of Mankato wondering whether we think Johnny Damon will be able to play long enough to reach 3,000 hits. He's got 270 to go.
Well, I don't know. Johnny Damon, he didn't sign with anybody up until late. This is kind of spring training for him. He signed with the Indians in April and got called up on May 1st. He keeps himself in great shape. It's just a matter of, if he's going to get playing time here in Cleveland.
He signed with the Indians on April 17th, and he had to work his way back up to major league conditioning shape. That one's hit a long way. It's hooking, and it is foul. A wicked smash off the bat of Willingham. And it's 1-1. It'll be Willingham, Doman, and Plouffe here in the Twins' fourth.
Pitch, a slider that hung right there, and Willingham gave it a ride, but hooked it foul. Oh, I hate that sound. Wow.
1-1.
That brought back memories.
2-1. And we're 200 feet from home plate. You were just 55 feet away all those years.
Yeah, I believe it was louder down there.
Twins down a run. Love to get Willingham on board on base for Doman and Plouffe. Strike called to even the count.
Well, we saw this. He worked Willingham away his first at bat. This time inside with a good fastball.
Fox Strikes brought to you by Windows Concepts of Minnesota. This one driven to right. Retreating as Chu makes the catch on the edge of the track. Tough news for the Kansas City Royals. Their very talented left-handed pitcher Danny Duffy, who they envisioned being their #1 guy maybe as soon as next year. He tore his ulnar collateral ligament yesterday, and he'll almost certainly have to have Tommy John surgery. The MRI results coming in today. That's our Sanford Health injury report. I hate to see that, particularly to young guys that franchises are counting on. The Royals have been beset by Tommy John surgery to Joaquin Soria, his second such surgery, and now Danny Duffy. Doman swings and misses, 1-1.
A good sinking fastball right there by Gomez. Yeah, I think you look at the division. I mean, Cleveland has 3 pretty good pitchers in Masterson, Derek Lowe, and Jimenez. Yeah.
Outside, 2-1.
And anything they get from Gomez right here is kind of a bonus.
Masterson struggled a little bit lately. Lowe's been their best starter. Twins will face him tomorrow. Jimenez has been very inconsistent. 3-1. And the Tigers are going through some of the same issues. Yeah, Verlander's been great, but Porcello's been hot and cold. Scherzer's been hot and cold.
Well, they just got Doug Fister back.
3-1. And a walk taken by Doman. That'll get Plouffe to the plate.
Boy, some very close pitches, and I think Santiago is having a word right there with Mike Esterbrook. Pretty good pitches right here. I thought the 2-1 pitch was a pretty good pitch. That one's a little outside.
Gorgeous. Even though it's springtime, we'll call this a summer evening at Target Field. Here's Plouffe. Went down swinging his first time up. Slider or a cutter and a swing and a miss. Strike one.
Yeah, good hard slider, great location, good angle that Gomez had on that breaking ball.
One and one.
A chance to talk to Joe Vavra this afternoon about Trevor Plouffe, and he just said that, right now, because he's struggling, he's just trying to be too mechanical, and he just wants him to relax. And he said, hey, you're a minor league hitter. You hit 260 in the minor leagues. You're not going to hit 300 here. Look for the ball and hit it hard somewhere. Just relax.
fairly hard to center, but Brantley has to actually come in to make the catch, out number 2. And that'll bring up Mastroianni.
Yeah, you come up here at the big leagues and you expect to do better, and sometimes when you struggle, you're your worst enemy because you want to do so good. You try to hit 2 home runs in one at bat.
You look at the Twins infield situation, and it's a far different one than the one they imagined coming out of spring training. So much focus on the middle infielders. Would Jamie Carroll be at short, Casilla, and then would Morneau be at first? This one will reach the seats, 1 strike. But the production the Twins have gotten at third base, the one position people thought, all right, Valencia's there, and warts and all, at least he's been there, he's going to be there. The production at third base has just been very poor.
Yeah, not good, not good. Danny hit 15 home runs last year, drove in 70 some runs, and you expect that to happen again.
Hopefully or something better,
average,
yeah.
Right, or the average coming up.
1 strike to Mastroianni. Valencia played a couple of games in Rochester, hitless in 8 at bats. Carroll hoping for a chance here this inning with Mastroianni. Butera ahead of him in the batting order, 1-1. Half swing, but he went.
Looks like another little slider down and away, and unable to hold up.
On the right field line, Chu has it measured. 3 outfield flies and a walk, and a scoreless 4th inning for the Twins. Beautiful night for baseball at Target Field. Dick and Bert with you for the opening game of a quick 2-game series. Ron Coomer, Marnie Gellner also on the air with us tonight. And it is a night game, then a noon game tomorrow. Then the Twins hit the road. They get the first look at the Tigers. First interleague series with Milwaukee. First look at the White Sox. Jose Lopez leading off the 5th, and he takes up high, ball 1.
Yeah, we will not be televising tomorrow's 12-10 game here against the Indians.
2-0. Squeeze play coming up tomorrow night at 7. A half-hour condensed version of the afternoon game at 7 o'clock. ripped left. Scalding line drive. One hops the fence. Lopez will round first. Willingham's throw coming to second base. And he's safe. Just got in ahead of Carroll's tag. Good throw by Willingham from the deep left field corner. On one hop to Carroll, and Lopez has a double.
Yeah, very nice play right there by Willingham, having to play to Karam and then throwing it sharply into Carroll. Carroll kind of waited right there, then tried to apply the quick tag, but Lopez able to get that foot on the bag right there before the bang play called safe by Jim Joyce of Frucci.
Here's Casey Kochman trying to rebound from a tough April. Hit just 149 in April. Bounced to short his first time up. Ripped. Foul down the right field line.
I don't care how hard you throw or how hard you don't throw. You got to keep the ball down, and that pitch right there, belt high. 50 pitches, 33 strikes.
Rick Anderson said before the game that regarding Pavano, he won't tell them if something is wrong or how he's feeling, so the batters will tell you. Well, here in the fourth and again now here in the fifth, the Indians making better contact. 1-2.
Yeah, Kochman trying to do what Travis Hafner did last inning, just advance the runner. And that being Lopez at second base. Yeah, 4 hits off of Pavano, 3 doubles, and a base hit.
1-2. Pavano see if he can get a strikeout here on a good changeup. That was not a good changeup.
No.
Instead, a 2-run home run. Kochman was waiting for it. It is 3rd home run of the year, and the Indians have a 4-1 lead.
7th home run that Pavano has allowed, this being his 8th start.
It was a changeup, but it looked to be one of those hangers.
Well, take a look. That pitch left right there at 82 miles an hour. And Kochman gave it a ride.
So 4-1 Cleveland, and now a little pop fly to short left field. Dozier out. Willingham with the call on the catch. One away. Duncan's gone. Shin-Soo Choo will hit next. You can set your compass due north on Fox Sports North. This week, take a look at the science behind some of the best fishing rods in the business. Watch Due North Outdoors Thursday at 6 only on Fox Sports North. A 391-foot home run for Kochman has made it a 4-1 ball game. Half swing. They'll appeal. Strike one.
Yeah, fastball clocked here at 88.
Choo's average is down, but mainly because he's had a terrible time against left-handed pitching. He's hitting just 105 against lefties this year. Hitting over 300 against righties. And this is a very left-handed Cleveland lineup. Got a couple of switch hitters, but Choo's hit by a pitch. He'll take first base.
Well, you leave a pitch up, you want to make the next pitches even better. And right here, trying to go inside, but too far inside as Choo turns into that.
The double and the home run. Now the hit batter. All signs that perhaps Pavano's running out of gas here. It's only the 5th inning. He's only thrown 57 pitches, but his pitch counts have decreased each of the last 4 games from 110 to 83 to 69 to 62.
We saw the highest pitch at 89 miles an hour, and as slow as the changeup at 78.
Kipnis singled and scored in the 4th.
We usually see 90, 91 for Pavano.
Squares the bunt, and it's a strike.
Great location. Kipnis off to a good start to 6 home runs, 22 RBIs.
When your fastball is only in the mid to upper 80s, it better have a lot of movement, or you simply have to hit your spots. You can't leave pitches out up and over the middle of the plate. And that's what's happened to Pavano. Even the changeup left up and it got hammered.
Going inside here as Butera sits inside.
Pavano misses up. 1-2.
Yeah, Pavano, you're talking about, you're not going to get anything from Pavano how he feels. He's kind of a warrior as far as that. The old school, hey, I'm okay as long as, I can walk out there. I'm going to try to pitch.
Saw Liriano warming up in the Twins bullpen. 1-2. Ron Gardenhire saying today when he met with the media that, when they first moved Liriano to the bullpen, they tried to pick a nice spot for him, get some work in. Well, he's never gotten into a game. Now he simply needs to pitch. So he'll be the first guy out of the pen.
Yeah, we've seen him up the last couple games. That's just been getting some throwing in, keep the arm active. Chu at first base, a comfortable lead, 5 stolen bases in 6 attempts.
Inside, 2-2.
Kipnis, 25 years old, signed by the Indians in 2009 out of Arizona State University.
Roller to second.
Turn it.
1-2. Double play. So Pavano completes 5, but the Indians touch him for a couple more runs in the 5th.
Target Field in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Minnesota Lottery Winners Circle, and $100 worth of scratch-off lottery tickets will go to this man. His name is Marty. He's from my hometown of Minot, North Dakota. Great seats for these guys, but Marty has a full T-shirt as his Circle Me Bert sign. Well, you're wearing a T-shirt as well, yes, but this art, you told me, was done by your girlfriend who's back home in Minot. She didn't even come to the game.
Yeah, she was sick at home, and I would really appreciate giving a shout-out to Tina.
You just did.
But I don't know what else is going to happen tonight, but the Sioux may win the next series against the Gophers, so I can say
all right.
Sioux, right?
We have no time for trash talking on a beautiful night like this. Bert, you get a circle from Bert, and I don't know if you want to consider this, Bert, this design for your Circle Me Bert apparel, but I mean, it's worth a look.
That's very, very nice. And you are here by Circle. Thank you, Marty.
Butera rolls out to Cabrera for the first out of the 5th inning, and now Gomez has been staked to a 4-1 lead. Carroll drew a walk in the 3rd inning when the Twins scored their run. It was an unearned run. Trying to get on base for Span, Dozier, and Mauer here in the 5th. One of the reasons the Indians have the only winning record in the American League Central is they've got a very good bullpen again this year. Starting with their closer, Chris Perez, working their way through Joe Smith, Vinny Pestano, Tony Sipp.
Yeah, Rafael Perez currently on a disabled list, another tough lefty. But 13 saves out of that bullpen. Only the Baltimore Orioles have more with 14.
1-1 to Carroll. To right center field, Chu over, and he plays it on a hop. Carroll aboard with a 1-out single.
Might have lost that in the lights because Chu kind of backed away right there as Carroll gets the second hit for the Twins. He was charging this ball and then he kind of backed away a little bit. Carroll hitting that ball to right center. Chu going after it, and then right there you see his reaction. Maybe lost it in the lights.
Spans popped up to short and grounded out to third. He actually slashed a two-hopper to the backhand side of Lopez, who made a good play. This one lined over the Indians' dugout. One strike to the Twin center fielder. 1-1. When the Twins got Gomez into the stretch in the third inning, coincidentally or not, he had a hard time throwing strikes. Walked a couple of guys. Span serves it to left, a solid single. So a pair of 1-out hits. The Twins get the tying run to the plate. Brian Dozier. Tomorrow afternoon, the Twins and Indians will wrap up the homestand at Target Field. It's a Sports Authority Value Pack game. You can purchase a ticket in the U.S. Bank Home Run Porch View seats, and you get a free Schweigert hot dog and Pepsi. Line up your tickets for tomorrow afternoon. Call 833-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com.
Good hitting right there by Bernard Span. Gomez let the pitch out over the plate, and he just took it sharply into left field.
Dozier with a smash off the leg of Gomez, then a walk. Drops a bunt down, hit him in the box. One strike, and emphatically Mike Estabrook lets everybody in Hennepin County know that Brian Dozier was in the batter's box.
I like that. You know, when you have your crew chief, Jim Joyce, when he calls balls and strikes, you'll hear him, you know, over in St. Paul. But right here, Dozier thought bunt, and then the ball did make contact when he was in the box. And watch the umpire right here, the home plate umpire, keeping his eye on it and saying, no, that ball hit him in the box.
Leslie Nielsen couldn't have done it any better.
Except for the moonwalk. They didn't do the moonwalk.
One strike to Dozier. And now taken low. You know, it's just a handful of games, but wouldn't it be nice if the Twins have finally found a shortstop that they can put out there several years in a row?
Well, that's what Brian Dozier hopes.
7 games, 5 runs scored, 2 driven in. Off the end of the bat. And Kochman goes to the bag. Both runners move up, 2 down.
Ron Coomer with Joe Mauer coming up. You were talking about, you know, hitting on top of that ball and hitting line drives. This guy's done that, has he not?
He has, and his average has showed it here at Target Field this year as opposed to his average from the last few. Going into this homestand, he was up, I think, 60 points. But the big key to me with a guy like Joe is in the dome, he used to hit that ball at the 377 sign, and it would end up in the seats. This ballpark plays much bigger in that gap. So his approach has been to stay on top of the baseball and really try to drive it down the other way. And if you're going to elevate the ball, you can elevate it to the pull side and hopefully hit one over the porch in right field is what he's looking for.
See how carefully he's pitched to here. 2 runners in scoring position. First base is open. Willingham on deck.
Yeah, the only home run Joe has hit so far this year was pulled over the limestone in right field.
It was, and you know, Joe doesn't elevate the ball a lot. He hits a lot of line drives, you know, the hitter that he is. You know, but if you're going to pull, if you're going to hit the ball in the air, you want to pull the baseball.
Drifting wide, 2-0. The home run that he hit was on a slider down and in. And Gomez, so far at least, pitching it very carefully off the plate outside. Indians got a couple of runs in the 5th. Twins trying to get a couple back in their half. A hit to the outfield should do the trick.
Well, if he leaves the same pitch up that he left to Span, that's exactly what Joe will do. He'll line it into left field. This time he just got rolled over, and he grounds out to second.
2 men left aboard in the 5th. It's 4-1 Cleveland. The 6th inning. Our AT&T trivia question.
Bob Feller.
Who are the 3 Cleveland players to homer 3 times in a game against the Twins? I think you're looking at one of them, Mr. Hafner, but there's a total of 3. Cabrera at the plate, taking ball 1.
I might think of a guy like Joe Carter. Might be a good name.
Earlier this year, Curtis Granderson did it. Very high fly ball right field. Always thought of him as a member of the Red Sox, but I think Ellis Burks did it once. 1 gone on the 6th. Travis Hafner to the plate. Hafner, I know, hit for the cycle against the Twins at the Dome.
Yeah, that happening in 2003, August 13th, he hit for the cycle.
Hafner takes strike 1. For Pavano, now just 66 pitches. Liriano standing on the bullpen mound. He's warmed up and ready to come in, but Pavano, I know, would love to give the Twins at least 6 innings here.
Well, if he gets through this one, don't be surprised he goes out there again.
Another fly ball right field. Mastroianni lost it for a while. About the same time of night where Ryan Doman lost a foul pop in the opening game of the Toronto series. 2 down.
You know, we have that Fox Tracks that gives so many pitches. Now they can kind of break it down. Pavano's thrown 67 pitches, 58% fastballs, 4% breaking balls, and 38% off speed. So a lot of it is fastball, takeoff, add and subtract. That's what Carl Pavano's all about.
Strike on the outside corner. Dozier to his left, juggles it, picks it up, and will have no play. Santana reaches on what will likely be an infield hit.
Yeah, it should be an infield base hit. Dozier had to go a long way for that and hit off his glove, and then he tried to do it all in one motion. Tough play for a shortstop. See Santana taking it up the middle. Would have been a fantastic play. We made that play earlier, about 4 or 5 days ago, I believe, against the Angels.
Santana got down the line in pretty good shape, so he's aboard with a 2-out single. Here's Michael Brantley. Brantley with a grounder to second and hit a little flare to left. Dozier made a good play on it. Outside, ball 1.
Brantley's season cut short last year when he had surgery on his right wrist. Michael Brantley, the son of former major leaguer Mickey Brantley, who played for the Seattle Mariners for about 4 years.
Down the line, foul. 1-1.
Yeah, you look at Pavano and they say, well, his velocity isn't there, but then you look at guys like that are going to pitch tomorrow for the Cleveland Indians. Derek Lowe, you know, he has that nasty sinker that gets mostly 2/3 of his outs off ground ball outs. You think of Jamie Moyer, you know, at 104 years old, still, you know, turning that ball over and changing speeds. Pavano's a pitcher.
Right center field, chased by Mastroianni. And a long way from home plate, he makes the catch. 3 putouts in right field and a scoreless 6th. Coors Light 6th inning of the Coors Light Freeze Can.
Well, Brantley right there off the end of the bat, but Brian Dozier going back to short left field to make a very nice catch. That to end the 4th inning.
Frostburg Coors Light Freeze Can, middle of the Twins lineup here. Willingham, Doman, Plouffe trying to get on the board against Genmark Gomez.
Hey, we want to let everybody know Robbie Inspakowski had surgery this morning. He is fine. He is going to be coming home tomorrow. And also Frank Quillisi. I heard from Frank's wife Lila, and Frank has received a new kidney, and everything is fine so far. And he is looking for a speedy recovery.
And regarding Robbie, it's a skeletal surgery. It's not organic or anything like that. Yeah. Robbie's going to be fine. He just had some spinal fusion done.
Right.
Here's Willingham. Just had some spinal fusion.
Yeah,
he
really,
said.
like it was nothing.
But we're very happy that the news so far is very good on Frank Quillisi, and we'll look forward to seeing him back at the ballpark. I don't think anybody has ever filled so many roles for the Twins or any other organization that Frank has. Player, coach, manager, longtime broadcaster.
And a great man.
Oh, what a stop by Asdrubal Cabrera. A top spin serve off the bat of Willingham. And Cabrera softly gloved it with his backhand and threw across.
That's what middle infielders can do. That. Look at that ball come up on him, but he stayed with it. And got the out at first base. Nice defensive play.
So one down in the sixth. And that brings up Doman. Strike one. Doman with a fly to center and a walk. One and one. In terms of home run power in this Twins lineup, you're hoping to get it from Willingham or Doman. The other 7 guys in the lineup have a total of 3 home runs.
Yeah, Twins have 20 home runs. Willingham has 7. Doman has 4.
Josh Hamilton has 18. Fouled away. Now the Indians employing a shift similar to the one the Blue Jays used on Doman. 3 infielders on the right side of the infield. 2 and 2. This is Cabrera who makes the play. 2 down. Even when the game isn't on, you can still see all the plays and at-bats that matter most during Twins Squeeze Play, a 30-minute condensed version of select non-televised Twins games. The game tomorrow is a little after noon. Squeeze Play's on tomorrow at 7 on Fox Sports North. 2 away. Here's Trevor Plouffe, a strikeout and a fly to center. Strike one.
You know, when you're struggling too, you always find yourself behind in the count.
That's one Trevor Plouffe, I think, would like to take another look at. This one fouled back. Like a hanging slider right there where Trevor and most right-handed batters like it, and he took it for a strike. Two strikes to Plouffe. Off of Santana and halfway up the screen.
.82 pitches for Gomez, 47 strikes, 3 walks in the ball game, 1 strikeout. He's given up only 3 hits, and all the hits singles.
Foul tip. Santana, the wrong end of that foul tip. Two and two. Throughout the Toronto series, the Twins didn't do particularly well with all the walks they were given, opportunities they were given by Toronto. They haven't had many opportunities here against Gomez. Ooh, very close pitch. Just missed the outside corner. Full count.
Even a couple of his infielders started toward the dugout.
3-2 to Plouffe. Fly ball center field. Right there is Brantley. Gomez has a 1-2-3 sixth inning.
Story of the game. Mastroeni getting a base hit. Drew Butera an out at first, but Mastroeni steals second. He got over there quick enough and then alertly takes off for third on the pass ball and then scores the Twins' only run so far. And for the Indians, a hanging pitch left by Carl Pavano, a 2-run home run by Casey Kochman, that coming in the 5th inning. And the score 4-1.
And we go to the 7th inning. Jose Lopez will lead things off against Francisco Liriano.
Well, Liriano, we've mentioned the last couple of days, has been throwing in the bullpen. This is his first relief appearance this year. Twins are shipped him to the bullpen basically for situations like this. Just get a couple innings in, get that feel back for the fastball, slider, and changeup.
Ball 1 to Lopez. He'll face Lopez, Kochman, and Duncan. Indians have been particularly vulnerable to left-handed pitching. But the left-handed pitching, just got to throw it over the plate. 2-0. Lopez drilled a double to left, his most recent time up, 2-1. Getting a chance to play some at third base for Jack Hanahan, who will probably play tomorrow, I would guess. Lopez was 3 for 3 with 3 home runs against Pavano, so at least Pavano kept him in the ballpark. 2 hopper to third. Plouffe. Bauer with a stretch, 1 down. AT&T trivia. In the vague, dark recesses of my mind, I think Corey Snyder did it too.
What page was that on?
250.
I mentioned Joe Carter without looking at the media guide.
Right.
But you mentioned Ellis Burks and Corey Snyder on page 250?
Page 250. Well, we're told that you gave up the first 2 to Corey Snyder.
Oh, I did?
You don't remember that?
I gave up, what, 430 of them? No, I'm sorry, I did not.
Kochman fouls it off a leg. That's the final tally? Unless you come out of retirement, 430 home runs allowed?
That was the final, yes.
Okay, all right.
You want to include my Little League ones? I can go higher.
No.
You know, big thing for Liriano is getting the ball over the plate. 19 walks coming into this relief appearance in 27 innings pitched. Good slider right there. And what the Twins are looking for is just a positive. You know, the 6 starts, not what the Twins wanted out of Liriano, and not what he wanted out of himself.
Bounce to the left side. Another ground ball to Plouffe. Better throw this time.
I think every pitch that he has thrown has been down in the strike zone.
First 2 were low out of the strike zone, but
yeah.
Follow the Twins with MLB.com @bat12 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry, or Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and much more. Text @bat to 31826 or visit twinsbaseball.com for details. Shelley Duncan 0 for 2 on the night, and he tattoos 1 foul. Duncan called out on strikes in the 3rd and then hit a fly ball to left in the 5th. Indians had 62 players in camp this year, 28 pitchers, and the Twins exceeded that. That's kind of where these 2 franchises were in March. They wanted to take a look at a lot of players. Twins will promote or have Lester Olivares and Wilkin Ramirez to AAA. Aaron Bates and Joe Thurston have just been released today, and Tsuyoshi Nishioka will be activated tomorrow. He's been out of the lineup with a high ankle sprain.
Well, he said the first 2 batters, Liriano did a good job of keeping the ball down and now getting it up a little bit. And Duncan lining him foul. All 3 pitches, almost the same spot. Gutierrez sitting inside. And a strikeout for Liriano.
Good first inning for Liriano out of the bullpen as the Indians go down 1-2-3. Brought to you by McDonald's. Get a freshly brewed cup of premium roast coffee from McDonald's. Any size is just $1. And by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T. Rethink possible. 4-1 Indians with the 4-1 Indians with the lead. Here's the CenturyLink high-speed pitch.
Yeah, Gomez at 93, Pavano at 89. Carl worked the first 6 innings through 72 pitches, 48 for strikes.
Gomez starts Mastroianni with a fastball, strike 1. Twins have just 3 singles against Gomez. The run they've scored was an unearned run. 2 strikes. Aaron Cunningham in left field, replacing Shelley Duncan. One and two. Mastroianni, Butera, and Carroll will follow. Foul tip. Santana hangs on for a strikeout.
And Gomez picks up his second strikeout of the ball game.
Governor Dayton signed and finalized the Viking Stadium bill today. You can log on to FoxSportsNorth.com to Brian Hall's coverage. It will lead eventually to the destruction of the Metrodome. And of course, some of your greatest memories as a Twins player, a major league pitcher, were in that ballpark. So,
well, congratulations to the Vikings. Very happy they're getting a new stadium.
I remember when they eventually tore down Metropolitan Stadium and they made a media event of it. Bob Allison was still living at the time. Armin Killebrew was. They flew those guys in, and Bob in particular was just pretty emotional about the destruction of the old ballpark because there were so many great memories there. And I don't know whether you would react that way when we get to the point where they're going to implode the Metrodome.
Well, a lot of great memories, 87 and 91 for all those players that were able to be part of a world championship team.
Short fly to center, hit right at Brantley, comes in a couple of steps, 2 down. 7 in a row set down by Gomez.
Yeah, Gomez making his 6th start of the year, just his 27th major league start. He has 11 wins, 10 losses, came into the game with a 4.6 earned run average. His longest outing at the major league level, 7 innings. He did it once earlier this year and then once last year. And he's 1 out away from 7 innings here with 93 pitches thrown so far.
Carroll's reached 2 times, once with a walk, once with a single. Strike at the knees. Hoping that his team can maintain its lead in the division. They can continue to play well on the road. Strike 2. They have the best road record in the division. Only the Tigers have a better record within the division, and the Twins have hardly any record within the division.
Yeah, just those 2 games against the Royals. Was supposed to be 3.
One and 2 to Jamie Carroll. Ground ball. Kipnis has it. And now Kochman has it. Another 1-2-3 inning for Jetmar Gomez, his 4th of the night.
Back to beautiful Target Field. The Twins down 4-1 to the Cleveland Indians. This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC.
Ron Gardenhire and the Twins have had a tough time winning back-to-back games. They've only done it once. Had a nice ball game yesterday, won it, but they're trailing the Indians here as we go to the 8th inning, 4-1. And Liriano delivers strike one to Shin-Soo Choo. Earlier we told you Choo has been very bad against left-handed pitching, hitting just a 105. Strike two.
Well, this is an important inning for Liriano because we've seen Liriano in his first 6 starts up until his last one. I mean, he just breezed through the first inning. It was always coming back for the second inning as a starter that was trouble. And 3 pitches, his second strikeout. So a good start to the second inning of relief for Liriano.
And that'll bring up Jason Kipnis.
A couple fastballs, then that hard slider. And Choo, who you mentioned, Dick, been struggling against lefties, swung at a pitch out of the strike zone.
5 strikes brought to you by Carrier. Kipnis, another left-handed batter. And then you have Cabrera, a switch hitter. And you have Hafner, a left-handed batter. Santana, a switch hitter. And this Cleveland lineup can go all left-handed if you include the switch hitters or against a right-handed pitcher.
4 for 5. First pitch strikes for Liriano.
1-1. One and two. So then what do the Indians do? They go out and sign Johnny Damon. Another lefty. To right center field. Mastroianni's there. And the catch out, number 2. 5 up, 5 down for Liriano. You can get your group together for a special Memorial Day weekend with the Twins. There's some outstanding suite options available all weekend long as the Tigers come to town. Call 800-33-TWINS to talk to a group representative or visit twinsbaseball.com. See how you can take advantage of the best hospitality in the bigs. Here's Cabrera. Waiting for it, and he couldn't wait long enough. 1 strike.
Good fastball, middle in. Liriano's made 119 major league starts, all for the Twins. So fastball hook foul. This is his 22nd career relief appearance. Good slider. The slider is so nasty. I mean, you saw the fastball first pitch that Cabrera line foul, and then I'm sure coming out of his hand it looked like just like the same fastball, but the bottom dropped out of it. Fastball away, missing.
But let me suggest this to you. If ever there was a pitcher who could have devastating stuff but couldn't have command of his fastball, making the electric stuff virtually worthless, it's Francisco Liriano.
Yeah, and that's why this inning is important for Liriano, because we've seen in the past he comes out and gets the first inning over with, and then the second inning this year has really been a problem, and that's why he's back out there again.
1-2. Change up in the dirt. 2-2.
Look, Anderson wants him to go out in that bullpen and just relax a little bit too. Have fun again. The game has not been fun for Francisco Liriano.
Butera will deliver a baseball.
Quick trip to the mound by Drew.
Cabrera 1 for 3, battling Liriano. And now it's a full count.
Changeup just missing low. A slider
down the line. And if it seems like Cabrera's had some confident swings up there, he's 12 for 22 against Liriano.
Well, you saw it, you know, he shook off a couple fastballs that Drew put down. He wanted to go back to that slider. It's up to the pitcher to decide what he wants. This is the pitch he'll want him to have control of right there. He wanted it down and away, but it was too far, really over the plate. He's got to get that ball down and away. Still the hardest pitch to hit. A walk for Liriano.
And now Hafner will hit.
Pavano did not walk anybody in his 6 innings. First walk of the ball game by the staff.
Hafner hitting 171 against lefties. High fastball. And one of the things we saw too when Liriano was in the stretch position, that's when things at times started to unravel for him.
Well, he's moved on that pitching rubber different angles too, so now he's on that first base side of the pitching rubber. Twins say he has the best stuff in the on the Twins staff, but he just cannot corral it.
Foul back 1-1.
It's a fastball at 95.
The plan was for Liriano to go to the bullpen on perhaps even a short-term basis. A few appearances, build his confidence up, get him back in the rotation. But I don't think there's anybody who anticipates this being past the All-Star break. Or past the 4th of July for that matter. I think this is a matter of, they hope, 3-4 weeks, if that, and get him back in the rotation.
Well, I don't know, Dick. You know what? I mean, this guy is confused right now. I don't know if putting him back in a rotation is going to be the best thing for Liriano. And Butera back out again to talk to Liriano. I think the idea here is hopefully have a quick inning right here and then go out with maybe one more to build that arm, keep that arm strength up. 11 pitches to get out of that first inning that he worked. So far 19 pitches this inning.
2-1. And now 3-1. The other day, Ron Gardenhire suggested that Carl Pavano's shoulder wasn't 100% and that they were stretching out Bryant Dunson to fill the rotation spot in the event Pavano came back with a disappointing MRI or was unable to pitch. And Liriano's name was never mentioned, but at some point down the road they hope he pitches well enough to at least be considered for re-entry into the rotation. 3-2. It's a completely different role, though, isn't it? I mean, he enters the game here 4-1, and one of the problems the Twins had in his starts is he couldn't get through the second or third inning without being responsible for the 4-1
well,
deficit.
That's why, the first inning went well for him. Again, 11 pitches, and right now, 21 pitches.
And they've only put one ball in play. And it's
another walk.
So the 3 and 4 batters walk, and that'll bring up Carlos Santana.
You see Rick Anderson right there gets up and kind of walks around. I would say, geez, it'd be a good place for a pitching coach to go out there. But what can he say
And he hasn't
that
said
he
200 times.
already said to Liriano?
So Butera gets that job. He'll try to get Liriano back in the strike zone. Santana with a single, a sacrifice fly, and a strikeout. Way out in front. Strike one.
Santana, switch hitter, hitting .250 as a right-handed hitter. All 4 home runs that he has hit from the left side of the plate.
Blocked nicely by Butera, 1-1. $32,313 the paid attendance tonight. 2-1. They have on the board 36 pitches for Liriano, 23 strikes, 13 balls, and while that might be accurate, the pitches out of the strike zone have come in the last 3 plate appearances. 10 of them have anyway. 3-1.
Well, the thing is, the game is going along so good, and then Liriano comes in. You know, he gets a quick 1, 2, 3, 7th inning, but here it is again, his second innings, having control problems.
Cabrera worked him for a walk, fouled off some pitches, had a lengthy battle, and here comes another trip to the mound by Butera. Steve Little on the bench shaking his head side to side.
And if you're a defensive player, they'll say, let's go, throw the ball over the plate.
3-1. 3 straight walks. So it was 5 up, 5 down. Then Cabrera, Hafner, and Santana have all walked. And now here comes Rick Anderson. Over the course of time, there's been encouragement, there's been scolding, there's been a little bit of everything during these visits to the mound.
Well, I think this is words of encouragement right here, because, you know, Liriano's already been shipped to the bullpen. The last thing you want to do is go out there and scold him right here. But basically, you know, hey, just, you know, Drew, give him a good target. Come on, let's hit that glove. Leave it as a positive.
So now Brantley with the bases loaded. The Indians still don't have a hit against Liriano. Ball 1.
One thing Drew cannot do, and that's not move too much either left or right. He pretty much has to sit down the heart of the plate and say, hey, give me a good fastball right there. There you go.
1-1.
And Drew, you know, saying, hey, okay, just like that, do it again. And you shut out the crowd if you're the pitcher. There it is again. Good slider.
One and 2.
Now strike him out. There you go. You're just toying with him. He had to wait for the right guy that come up that he knew he could strike out.
A scoreless 8th for Cleveland.
bring their bats to life here in the bottom of the 8th inning. They trail the Indians 4-1. And when this game ends, we will begin our Twins Live presented by CenturyLink postgame show. We'll look at Jeanmar Gomez, the Indian starter who has stumped the Twins tonight. They have just 3 hits, plus reaction from Ron Gardenhire after this one, as always. And our instructional is on playing the wall. And if you'll remember back in the 2nd inning when Travis Hafner hit a deep ball to center field, Denard Span had to attempt to make a play off the wall. So in our instructional, we'll look at some of the nuances and those that make it specific to target field. So that's all coming up after the game. Dick and Bert.
All right. Thank you, Marty.
Well, you see Francisco Liriano and Rick Anderson. Andy, trying to keep a smile on his face. And, hey, you worked out of that inning. Yeah, you had some control problems, but stay focused, buddy. Stay positive. And Andy right there, I guarantee he's bringing out all the positives right there.
Well, the Twins will hit in the 8th inning against Vinny Pistano, who is one of the better Cleveland relief pitchers. Top of the order, Span, Dozier, and Mauer.
Pistano making his 17th appearance. Kind of a slinger with a good fastball. Very good 1.93 ERA. He's worked 14 innings. He's allowed only 10 hits, 5 walks with 20 strikeouts. Pistano in his 3rd season with the Indians.
1-1. Game is there for the Twins if they can get something going on the bases here. Gomez was outstanding against the Twins, just giving up 3 singles, a couple of walks. That's to the backstop, 2-1.
Yeah, and again, the run the Twins were able to score is an unearned run. So Gomez did a great job. 97 pitches. He did have 3 walks, a couple strikeouts. Gave up only 3 hits.
Inside 3-1. You look at Pistano's line, 14 innings, 5 walks, nothing too out of the ordinary. The last thing he wants to do is walk the leadoff man here in the 8th.
Well, he's kind of a crossfire type guy, almost 3/4, almost a sidearm. Got a great arm, good fastball, sinking fastball, slurve type curve, and a changeup. Santana's going to go fastball, not move much.
A leadoff walk and Span's aboard in the 8th.
That's how rallies start.
Pistano a little frustrated, I would hope, with himself, not Mike Esterbrook. If you act today, you can get a steal of a deal when the Twins host the A's on Memorial Day, May 28th. For a limited time, you can get home plate view tickets for just $21. The deal against the A's is available by logging on to twinsbaseball.com, and while you're at it, check out all the great ticket offers for upcoming games at Target Field. Now, big at bat for Brian Dozier, trying to gum up the bases here. Strike 1. Get more men on base for the middle of the lineup.
Fastball middle in.
0 for 2 with a walk. Foul back, a pitch up, send it straight back to the backstop. Two quick strikes to Brian Dozier.
Yeah, right-handers hitting only 115 against Pistano. Only 3 hits and 26 at bats. So he's been nasty against right-handers.
A little bit high, 1 and 2.
Left-handers came into this appearance hitting 292.
Left-hand hitting Joe Mauer on deck. See if Dozier can grind through his bat, this at bat, and get on base somehow. 2 and 2. 8 pitches, just 3 strikes so far for Pistano. Inside 3 and 2. By 3 runs, you wouldn't think the Twins would send Span here. Pistano's a strikeout pitcher. 14 innings, 20 strikeouts. Span goes. The pitch fouled back. Showing some confidence in Dozier's ability to put the bat on the ball.
Yeah, he puts the bat on the ball. You have one of the middle infielders maybe moving a little bit toward the second base bag with Span, you know, taking off, might create a little hole somewhere.
There he goes again. And the pitch lifted down the right field line. Shin-Soo Choo won't get there. It's 2 rows back. Struck out 4 times and 32 at bats, but he fights off a couple of pitches on 3 and 2. And goes again, and it's lifted to center. Harmlessly towards Brantley. 1 down. And that'll bring up Mauer. Twins had a chance to jump right back into the game in the 5th. They were down 4-1. They got a couple of base hits, moved Span and Carroll into scoring position, and then with 2 outs, Mauer bounced out to second. He's had 3 ground ball outs here in the ball game. Twins split the series with the Jays, but the last 3 games at least, Mauer had a really good series, drawing a lot of walks, picking up some base hits. Outside ball 1. But Pistano's job here is get through the 8th. And if it's still a 3-run lead in the 9th, Chris Perez will get the ball. Pistano misses again badly. 2-0. 15 pitches, just 6 strikes. Joe Smith warmed up. He might come in if Pistano continues to struggle throwing strikes. Anthony, he's 2-1. Mauer with a look back at Mike Estabrook.
We'll take a look at the pitch. Was it low? Knee high.
Three and 1. Walk gets Willingham up as the tying run. Foul back. That's a full count. Dozier had a full count before flying out to center. Now Mauer up there with 3-2 count.
Let's see if Denard Span takes off here.
There he goes. Pitch fouled away by Mauer. Red Sox won the last 3 games of their series with Cleveland. They won the opener with the Mariners tonight, 6-1. Span aboard after the leadoff walk. 3-2 to Mauer. Struck him out. Span is safe because the second baseman Kipnis can't handle the low throw. So Mauer strikes out for out number 2. Span is safe at second.
Yeah, Span taking off right there. He'll be credited with a stolen base, his 4th of the year in 7 attempts. Santana comes up, and then one hops Kipnis. He tries to catch it on that hop, and not able to keep it in his glove.
So now Willingham will hit 0 for 3. Did a smash to the backhand side of Cabrera his last time up, and the Cleveland shortstop turned in a great play. Strike one. Seven home runs on the year, 4 of them against right-handed pitchers. In fact, Willingham has hit right-handed pitching a lot better than left-handed pitching so far this year. But again, Pistano's got that funky delivery. Stroke down the line, a base hit. Span will score. Willingham will go to second with an RBI double.
Well, it looked like a breaking ball that Pistano left up, and Willingham hooked it past the diving Lopez at third base. Well, Willingham picking up his 21st RBI of the year as Span scores to make it a 4-2 ball game.
So Maniaca will come to the mound, and Pistano will be relieved, facing 4 men, running 3 full counts and yielding an RBI double to Willingham. Ryan Domit will come up representing the tying run. "6'5", 230 pounds of him. He throws the ball straight over the top. And he'll face Ryan Domit here in the 8th.
Hagedorn, 26 years old, in his second season with the Indians. Started the season down in AAA, and then when Perez was put on a disabled list, came up and then optioned out about a week later, and then called back up on the 27th of April, making his 10th relief appearance.
Giving up a total of 3 hits in 10 in the 3rd innings. Here's Domit trying to get Willingham in from second. Ball 1. Hagedorn came to the Indians from the Red Sox in the Victor Martinez deal a few years ago. But just about unhittable. Two and 0.
Domit is a right-handed hitter, hitting .267.
A couple of extra base hits. No home runs yet. Deep to left. There's the home run. And the Twins break through against this great Cleveland bullpen.
A 5th home run for Ryan Doman, his first as a right-handed hitter. And there was no doubt about this.
So 2 runs charged to Pistano. Hagedorn had only given up 3 singles, gives up a long home run to tie the game. Here's Trevor Plouffe. Very high, ball 1.
Hagedorn fell behind. I'm sure Ryan Doman looked fastball. He got it and smoked it.
Plouffe takes a strike. Matt Capps warming up. He'll pitch the 9th regardless of whether the Twins take the lead or not. 2-1. This was a no-doubter.
I'll take a look at the fastball. Boom. Wow, there's that noise again.
Plouffe swings through a high fastball. Curve left up high, slider, whatever it is, a breaking pitch, and it's another full count. The Indian bullpen hasn't pitched this way all year long. Full counts and falling behind batters and giving up big hits, and maybe the strength of their team. Foul, and Santana staggered by the foul tip. Full count to Plouffe. Mastroianni on deck.
Santana.
I'm sorry,
hey,
that's funny.
Going on?
I'm sorry, that's funny. He'll be okay. Back-to-back pitches right off the grill of Carlos Santana.
He kind of put his hands on what's going on here.
Man alive. Plouffe stands in again. Another 3-2 coming.
Fastball away.
That got a piece of Santana, I think, but not in the mask. Or did it get the home plate umpire? I think Mike Estabrook got that one. Yep, right off the net.
Wow, what an at bat!
Trevor Plouffe's not winning many friends in this at bat. Oh, there's one for us. So Plouffe dueling Hagedorn. 4 2-strike fouls. And he walked him. Good plate appearance for Plouffe as he battled a walk. And now Mastroianni will have a chance. Manny Acta is going to come out and make another pitching change. And I dare say there haven't been many innings this year where the Indians in the 8th inning with the lead have had to go 3 deep into their bullpen. Hagedorn faces 2 men, doesn't retire a man. The Twins are still alive here. They've tied it up now, looking to take the lead. power numbers for the Twins. You got to look to Willingham and Domit. In the 8th here, Willingham with an RBI double, and then Domit with the big fly.
Well, watch his reaction right there. He knew he got it, and that tied the game at 4 apiece with a big 2-run home run. In the second deck here at Target Field.
It's right about where Brian Dozier's went yesterday, right about in that same spot.
Well, Joe Smith coming into the ball game, making his 15th relief appearance. 15 2/3 innings, 9 walks, 13 strikeouts.
Darren Mastroianni will hit. Alexi Casilla, the pinch runner. He's been checked already at first base once. The other night, Twins won a ball game because of a pinch running move. And acknowledging Ron Gardenhire doesn't have many moves to make with a 3-man bench. Bouncer to short, should end the inning. Cabrera flips to Kipnis. That ends the inning. A leadoff walk, and the Twins cash in. An RBI double by Willingham and a game-tying home run by Ryan Domit. With a 3 spot in the bottom of the 8th.
Hey, good to see the fight right there. Twins came down, they had a 4-1 deficit. Big 3 runs scored by the Twins in the bottom of the 8th inning. Matt Capps out there to just keep it at 4-4. Capper picked up his 7th save in yesterday's win over the Blue Jays. Threw 14 pitches, 9 for strikes in a shutout inning.
As you can see at third base. Jose Lopez takes up an in ball 1. Now, because there could not be a save situation if the Twins had not scored 4 or more runs after the 8th inning anyway. Camps was warming up to come into the game. Here's a pop-up short right field. Carroll calling for it, 1 down. In other words, there would not have been a top of the 10th save opportunity, obviously. So managers bring their closers in very often in the top of the 9th in a tie game, or even when their team's behind. Here's Kochman. Kochman hit a 2-run home run to make it a 4-1 ball game back in the 5th. Bat, a little roller up the middle, and Kochman's aboard with a 1-out single.
Kochman getting his 2nd hit of the ball game, the 7th for the Indians.
Aaron Cunningham's first plate appearance. Shelley Duncan had gone 0 for 3.
Cunningham in his first season with the Indians. Last couple years with the Padres. Prior to that, the Oakland A's.
.45 at bats on the year. Terra sets up off the plate, and Caps delivers low. Terra holds it, but it's ball 2.
Pretty good pitch right here. Fox Track says it's a pitcher's pitch, but not the umpire's pitch.
Might have to be a sharply hit ground ball, but Caps hoping to get Cunningham to hit one here, maybe get a double play. Outside 3-0 with Shin-Soo Choo on deck. Choo's problems this year has been hitting left-handed pitching, not right-handed pitching. Very good hitter. 3-0. Caps trying to come back. Right. Cunningham taking all the way. Chris Perez warming up. In the event the Indians take the lead. Popped up. Carroll retreats. Going to be a tough play. Mastroianni makes it. No, Carroll made the catch. Mastroianni went down into a slide, and Carroll reached over the top for out number 2.
Great concentration by the veteran Jamie Carroll. You go back and you want to hear your outfielder, but right here, don't know if he heard anything or not, but Carroll stayed with it. A basket catch for the second out. Always a dangerous play when the outfielder and middle infielders go out like that.
So 2 down. Caps does come back to get Cunningham, and now he'll go after Choo. A couple of strikeouts. 0 for 3. He was hit by a pitch. At the knees. Now, I think Caps has thrown just fastballs among his 9 pitches so far here. He's got an accomplished hitter in Choo at the plate. See if he breaks out the split finger pitch. One strike. That was it in the dirt, but he kicks away from Butera. The go-ahead run goes into scoring possession.
That'll be a wild pitch charge to Caps. For Matt, his 3rd wild pitch of the year. And he gets Kochman into scoring position.
Now the Indians will use a pinch runner, taking Kochman out. And Lou Marson is the pinch runner.
Lou Marson, the backup catcher.
So Kochman out. Marson at second with 2 down and a 1-1 count. Caps having a hard time throwing strikes. 11 pitches, just 5 strikes. 2-1.
Yeah, Chu kind of backed away from that pitch middle end. You know, when Marson in the ball game, he'll probably catch the bottom of the ninth, and then Santana will move over to first.
Two and two to Shin-Soo Choo.
Butera sitting way inside.
And the pitch up and away. Yeah, looked like Butera was set in
way inside.
In off the plate.
Yep.
So 3-2 now to Chu, and Kipnis is on deck.
Hooker Chu is sitting, and the ball out over the plate.
Nowhere near the target. Full count to center field, and the Indians will take the lead. Chu with an RBI base hit, and it's 5-4.
Well, it looked like a fastball left up, and Chu drives in his 13th run on his first hit of the ball game as Marson scores the 5th run for the Indians. Yeah, right there. And Katz knew it as soon as he let it go.
And again, Butera set up inside, and that time Katz threw it right down the middle. So now Kipnis will hit. Strike one. Left field line. A long run for Willingham. He's there, and that ends the inning. Pair of hits, a wild pitch, and an RBI single, and the Indians have retaken the lead. Get another one against the Cleveland bullpen earlier. The Coors Light cold hard blast from Ryan Doman.
Yeah, that tied the game at 4 apiece. Ryan Doman's first home run as a right-handed hitter, his 5th overall. That coming in the 8th inning. And the Twins scored 3 runs to tie it. But the Indians able to add 1 in the top of the 9th and have a 5-4 lead.
As the game reset, the Twins with 3 runs in the 8th to tie it briefly. Indians back in front. Now the Twins will try to get at least 1 against Chris Perez, the Cleveland closer.
Well, they have 13 saves out of the bullpen. Chris Perez has 11 in 12 opportunities. 13 2/3 innings, 10 strikeouts, and 5 walks. Perez last year 36 saves in 40 save opportunities.
Twins go to their bench one more time. Chris Parmelee will hit for Drew Butera. And then Jamie Carroll and Denard Span.
And Lou Marson does stay in the ball game. And now he's behind the plate as Santana does move to first.
Parmalee has been struggling to say the least. And he takes a strike. On the season, just a 188 average. There's Marson behind the plate. As a pinch hitter, 0 for 3. And a breaking pitch over for strike 2. The other option for the Twins would be Eric Komatsu, but if there's a 10th inning, Parmalee would stay in and play first, and Mauer would go behind the plate. One and 2 to Parmalee. Morneau can only watch. Parmalee strikes out, 1 down.
Yeah, one thing about Morneau, he took batting practice this afternoon and he looked good. He said he felt good. We're going to evaluate him again tomorrow, make sure how that wrist did after a long batting practice.
Jamie Carroll will hit. Carroll, of course, a former teammate of Perez's. Strike. Twins handed Perez one of those missed saves last year. Remember Danny Valencia, his college roommate, dumped a little fly ball down the left field line that fell for a hit. It was a game winner for the Twins. Chop foul, 2 strikes. After Carroll, it'll be Span who reached the base with a leadoff walk in the 8th that triggered the 3-run inning. Fouled away into the seats.
Yeah, pretty good trade that the Indians made with the Cardinals when they got Perez for Mark DeRosa. Perez coming into this year, 60 saves for the Indians, 36 last year, 23 the year prior. 11 already this year. Made the All-Star team last year for the Indians.
And Carroll flips another one foul. We've seen Carroll go down the line, either line, a number of times this year. The right and left field line. The Indians, at least down the left side, are trying to take that extra base hit away from him. Jose Lopez is about 5 feet off the line. Outside. One and 2. Just off the plate, 2 and 2.
Well, Perez trying to get it down and away.
Pop up right side. Kipnis with the catch out number 2. They'll leave it up to Denard Span. Two gone, and Span will try to keep the game alive for the Twins. Caps hoping for a reprieve. Caps didn't have very good command his 9th inning, and of course the Twins will run. Topper to Santana, who's now at first, and the Indians win the opener, coming back with a run in the 9th to beat the Twins 5-4.
Perez picking up his 12th save.
Jimmy John's delivery, though, provided by Ryan Doman.
Right, Ryan Doman with that 2-run home run tied the game at 4 apiece. That in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Well, so now Anthony LaPanta, the Twins have to make that quick turnaround, and with the loss tonight, tomorrow's game right afternoon, a really important one in the homestand finale.
We'll preview that a bit later in our show. We'll also hear from Ron Gardenhire. We'll take a look at how a Twins comeback fell short. But another big night for Ryan Doman. All that coming up next on Twins Live.